Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. In this video I'm talking about updates on all the penalty chaos in Barcelona on Friday. Now Alpine demanded a right of review after Pierre Gasly lost his podium in Monaco. He finished P3 on the road. However, following the Grand Prix, he had two 5-second time penalties applied for marginal speeding in the pit lane, and as a result, this demoted him down to 7th place. Now, the hearing for Alpine was held on Thursday during the Barcelona Grand Prix weekend, and Alpine won the right of review after presenting new and relevant evidence, and therefore the penalties were reviewed. And while following that review, Gasly's pit lane speeding penalties have been overturned, and as a result, his P3 position has been reinstated. Now, you don't often see this type of decision being made, so why was it made? Well, it comes after it emerged an error from Formula 1 management was responsible for several drivers, including Gasly, being given pit lane speeding penalties in the race, with it being determined that there was a significant delta in the distance used to calculate the speed and distance which could have been driven, and which appears to have been driven. And the race say a post-event LiDAR scan revealed that the shortest distance between the timing loops where all speeding offences occurred during the race was 77 centimetres shorter than what had been used to set up the timing loop zones. This theoretical shortest distance could not have been covered exactly in reality due to the width of the cars. However, a car travelling at 60 km an hour through the timing loops in question would have completed around 2,670 centimetres, still shorter than the distance FOM used in setting up the loops. Now make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my Formula 1 content and are kept up to date with F1 news. I've just reached 52,000 subscribers, and your support and lovely comments mean so much to me. Thank you so much for it. Now, going back to Gasly, and while this is really good news for him, he deserved that podium in Monaco, and I'm happy to see him get that podium. However, the situation is not over yet. I mean, for starters, it means Red Bull lose their podium. Isaac Hadjar also drove a really strong Grand Prix after having engine issues and managed to end up on the podium. But with this decision, Hadjar now finishes the race in P4. So yeah, Red Bull aren't going to be happy about that, and with that decision, Oscar Piastri now drops down to 5th, so McLaren aren't going to be happy with the decision either. And while McLaren and Red Bull have both lodged notice of their intention to appeal the FIA's decision to rescind Gasly's pit lane speeding penalties from the Monaco Grand Prix. And the race say that McLaren had urged in the Alpine hearing that there was no need for the FIA to change the result because there's a well-known risk of discrepancies in the pit lane speed calculation. Teams and drivers regularly adjust their processes, and there was some conjecture on how the pit lane measurement always aims for the shortest distance. And then you've got George Russell. He was given a 5-second time penalty for marginal speeding in the pit lane, but then he got a drive-through for not serving his 5-second time penalty correctly when he came in for his pit stop. Basically, his mechanics worked on his car before 5 seconds passed. Now, Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff has confirmed that Mercedes is not seeking to overturn Gasly's podium, but rather, if there's range, to positively impact Russell's result. And that Mercedes lawyers are currently deliberating the matter, with Wolff saying, as quoted by Racing News 365, "There are certain timing restraints. We wouldn't appeal the Gasly result, certainly, but we would like the FIA to look at what could be the remedies for George's race. We are having some timing limitations, that and some other legal constraints, but we have a reason to be annoyed, and I wish we could have those conversations before the race on Sunday. I just left when we were on the phone with our lawyers to look at what we can do for George. A drive-through, if it didn't happen at the end, is equivalent of 20 seconds race time. What would 20 seconds of race time have meant for his result? Do we think we realistically have a chance of reverting the result? I don't think so. But we definitely have to give it a go if we see that there's a millimetre of a chance to do so and bring him back to whatever it was before we'd calculated P3 or P4. But that's going to be the video from me. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.